Shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders. Shalom to you, Akim. All right. Shalom to the multitude of believers who call upon the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai in these last evil days. Shalom to you. We bring forth a message of prophecy. All right. Prophecy meaning to say before. All right. And of course, according to Revelations 19:11. Prophecy, all right, is the Lord's testimony, okay? And we deliver that message, okay, to the world. Firstly, you Israelites, and then all the heathen that fall in after. Okay, of course, we prophesy against the axis of evil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his power structure. And we let him know things that's going to happen before they happen. And, for the most part, he knows these Edomite, the chief among the chief ones among these Edomites. All right, they know full well. Okay, and I want to deal with this article. Okay, and just pull some points. Because you can see as you read this, you see a lot of people are in denial. Okay, and good thing we have the scriptures for a roadmap, because it doesn't shy away from the full unadulterated truth. Okay, and that's what people are going to have to deal with, whether they like it or not. All right, and so prophecy shapes the world that we live in. All right, and without further ado, all right, this is from endtimeheadlines.org. All right, it's been a while since I've done an article on this website. They've actually been taking websites down. All right, you got blacklisted.com, which is one of my go-to ones. All right, which has been discontinued as far as I know. But there's a lot of other alternative, what do you call them, headlines, for lack of better words. All right. So it says here, extremists keep trying to sabotage the grid, electrical grid. What would happen if they succeed? All right. So it says political extremists have attempted a number of attacks on electrical infrastructure and substations in recent years, with a goal of sowing chaos and civil conflict. All right. The plots have repeatedly failed, however, and sociologists say that even if they do succeed, the kind of disasters they seek to create rarely result in members of the population turning on one another, though they could prove costly and deadly. All right. So basically, he's scrutinizing the fact that there can be a full-on civil conflict or civil war as we would know it. But what they're not considering is that the scriptures, they don't know the scriptures. We are the ones that, project that message. But, we're here to tell you that America will be, all right, in a full-blown civil war. Okay, not only because of the grid shutdown, because of other things as well. All right, and those other things is, a famine. Okay, also pestilence. All right. So the scriptures talk about that, deals with that. All right. And these are the factors that people, you do a lot of prepping and analyzing what could happen. They deal with a lot of scenario types, And well, the scriptures talk about sorrows are going to be on all sides. Okay. So, for the critics, which I'll call them critics, all right, you know, yeah, their reality, all right, or that this nightmare is going to become a reality very soon. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit more. All right. In July, 2 former Marines, both active in an online neo-Nazi community, were sentenced to prison for a plot in which they stole military equipment from Camp Lejeune, all right, as part of an intended attack on a power substation in the Pacific Northwest. All right, that's like Seattle or Washington, So it says Attorney General Merrick, all right, Garland said the plotters, Liam Collins and Paul Kriskuk, all right, conspired, prepared, and trained to attack America's power grid in order to advance their violent white supremacist ideology. All right. And what they don't understand is not just their ideology. There is a whole spirit that's being poured out into the world, to whereas the people, there's going to be uprising, there's going to be shutdowns, there's going to be lockdowns, there's going to be sorrows because these things were written about aforetime. Okay, now, yeah, it could be, a self, these men are, taking it upon themselves to do it. But the bigger picture is that there's certain spirits that the Lord is putting on certain individuals in the world, and those individuals are, the chief, the commanders and chiefs of society. All right, and they're looking to shut down, all right, society in such a way that it will bring violence. All right, it will bring chaos. But in the midst of that, they will bring order. Okay, they will bring order, and you better believe they will bring order. Okay. The year before, officials said they foiled another similar plot. This one targeting the grid in Baltimore. The 2 alleged plotters, Sarah Beth Clendaniel and Brandon Russell, were described by the FBI as racially or ethnically motivated extremists. All right, what you're going to hear a lot more about, racially, ethnically motivated extremists. All right, because everything is based on race. All right, and everybody is divided. Everyone is divided, and that's the Lord. Let's get some precepts. And Salaki, I am kind of drained, so that's why I am speaking like this. So forgive me on that. All right. Luke 12:49. I'm come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? Right. So that the fire is going to be kindled. It's going to be burning. All right. And another word for that fire is going to be the turmoil that's going to be taking place here on this earth, and mainly in all parts of the world. But it's going to happen really. It's going to happen really bad here in America. Okay, which is projected. It's predestined. There's nothing we can do about it. You will see, and if we wrong, then hell, we wrong. But it's just a matter of time before these things takes place. All right, because the scriptures say the Lord about His word that His words are faithful and true, meaning that the Lord was sure that these things were going to take place. It's these people who aren't sure. All right, and these things are going to take them as a thief. All right, it says, but I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division. All right, so there's a spirit that's being pushed out into the world, and that spirit is being pushed by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one household. or house divided, excuse me, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3, the father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the daughter. The son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Okay. And this for his criticism of, or lack of belief in civil unrest. Okay. This is 2nd Ezra 15. All right. And I'm going to start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." This is a warning. All right. This is a warning. Okay. "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another." All right. And swords in their hands. Okay. And a great shut off is nothing more than it's part of the sorrows that's going to be on all sides. You know, the scriptures say these things are going to come like birth pains, one after another, and they're going to one birth pain is going to lead to another birth pain, which is going to be stronger. It's going to wax stronger until the said prophecies take place. All right. One in particular is sedition among men. Okay, in the latter days. Okay, which is going to go into Slack. It says, right, so verse 16, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes." All right, "In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right, and we're getting really close to civil unrest. When you look at the political stage, it's almost set to where people are, is going to fight because of, the outcome of this election. We don't know how it's going to turn. We don't know how it's going to play out. That's not our concern. We know that at the end all be all that they're going to set up whatever they want to set up. All right. They're going to bring in whatever they want to bring in. And mainly, of course, they're going to bring in their order, which they have to. All right. The Lord has allotted them that privilege. All right. Which is going to bring forth more prophecy. Okay. Which prophecies we speak about all the time. The ultimate, Esau having the ultimate control, and him, trying to achieve this godlike nature through his technology, which is being able to see all and know all at any given time. This technology will allow that for to happen, right? Mainly through, the systems that's being set up, biometric systems, digital IDs. All right, everything, this whole world changing over to a digital base everything. All right, everything being digitized. All right, which ultimately is going to lead to this place, or Esau making the micro CHIP, which is the MOTB, a mandatory thing. Okay. So it says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power." That's right. Okay, so there's going to be a mutiny. All right, what's the word for it I'm looking for? Mutiny is not what I wanted to say, but it's some form of that. Sedition, right? Sedition. Yeah, that's the word, sedition. No, it might not be. It's a word that I'm looking for. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go. Rebellion, uprising, revolt. Okay. Factitious commotion in the state, concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority, violent strife between factions, civil or religious disorder, riot, rebelliousness against authority. And that's what's going to happen, because it's going to be a tight squeeze. All right, whether it be a plague that comes, or and they shut down society, and people are suffering because they can't find anything to eat. And they're not allowing people to buy anything because the banks are closed down, and they're pretty much, got the systems are shut down. grid, the grids are shut down. That's bound to happen. All right. That is definitely bound to happen. Okay. All right. Here, let's see here. Look at that. Psalms 32:10. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked. And this is a wicked society that we live in. But he that trusteth in the Lord Yahweh, mercy shall compass him about. Yeah, that's right. All right. So let's see. Yeah, let's see New Testament. Salakia. Yeah, here we go. 2 Ezra 16:39. Which I might have to start up a few because this is the one I mentioned, the birth pains. Right? Okay. So check this out. 2 Ezra 16. All right, and 31. We're going to take it all the way to 40. All right. It says, even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. All right. So there's going to be a house-to-house seizure. All right. A search. Okay. A siege in a sense. Okay. And what? Because a lot of people are going to be detained. A lot of people are going to be carted away into prison houses or detainment camps, or however you want to say it. All right. It says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel through there through. All right. And that would make sense because the elites, one of their plans is to essentially stop these human creatures from being able to move around and do whatever they want. All right. They want to isolate people, to cut people off, and to house people. All right. That's the ultimate game plan for this NWO. All right. It says, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall the bridegrooms be destroyed. See, in the wars, what wars? You're gonna have civil wars. All right. Faction against faction. All right. Whether it be political, non-political, you got all sorts of different factions out here, from so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans to these Edomite white people, nationalist groups, the good old boys, everyone. They're set against each other, and this is definitely going to be for survival. And that's the elite's mantra, is the survival of the fittest. All right, natural selection, as they would put it. All right, so there's going to be another natural selection event. Okay. So it says, in the war, the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. See, so there's going to be a multiplicity. There's going to be a variety of things happening. All right. See, and these people aren't prepared for them. That's why that's why they're in denial. As when you read this article, this dude's in denial. He's somewhat in denial. Grid is not going to get people to, fight against each other. Well, a grid shut off plus a famine and then pestilence and certain things of that nature, that would definitely get this thing steamrolling. All right. So moving on, All right, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. See? So we're supposed to understand these things, okay? Behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh. Right? Because ain't no power going to be able to save you in these times except for the Lord Yahweh. And he's going to make sure of that. All right? This thing is going to be inescapable. Okay? And the only way you're going to be able to escape it is through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? And only the elect is going to call upon his name. Okay? It says, behold, the plagues are not, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall the plagues be, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. And this is the point I wanted to capture, because that's gonna definitely kill the scrutiny behind the things that's gonna take place. All right, the scripture said it, and we believe in the scriptures. Let God be true, yet yea, and every man a liar. All right. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. All right, because these are, it says, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Right. So you do have, people are making that adjustment. But if the spirit of the Lord ain't with you, you're not going to make it. Also, this place ain't going to make it. This place is unsustainable. It's not going to make it. And the elite are making sure of that. That's why they flooding this nation with immigrants. All right. It ain't just so-called Mexicans and so-called Venezuelans. No, you got every nation under the sun that's coming over here and via the border. All right. Now, who knows what kind of crooks and criminals are coming in here? We seeing it. All right. So this is not just the grid shut off. Is not just one scenario. These are gonna be multiple scenarios happening all at once. All right, because the scriptures talk about thus with great violence shall the great city be thrown down or cast down. All right, so it's gonna go out violently, and this dude. Let's see, what's his name? Normally give credit to the author. I don't know, maybe it's a guy that works for End Time Headlines, of course. Right? So, you can read more, but they're talking about all the different plots and all the different failed plots. But that's because these are individuals, all right? And soon enough, they're going to press the button on all of this. So Lord willing, this was edifying. I just wanted to touch on that because, you got some people that is just in straight denial, and the scriptures say what they say, So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of great millstone. Shalom to you. I can push on the work in truth and sincerity. All right. I can't finish off with this slacking. This is 2nd Ezra 8, of course, and 50. And it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter time, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? So many great miseries are coming. All right? Many great miseries are coming. All right? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.